from the internet. It's the BTB Internet Talk Show. Special guests, Pandemonium, Dean Martin. If you've got the internet, you get a talk show. Here's your host, Mr. BTB himself, Scott Curtis.
That's me and a bobblehead. It's pretty close, right? My wife got that for me. This is the BTB Internet Talk Show. I am Scott, or Miss Jackson if you're nasty. And this is a talk show. It's not a podcast. It's a companion piece to the Behind the Bits podcast. See that up there? I'm going to take it down because it gets in my way. But Behind the Bits podcast is available on all the podcast apps. And all you got to do is type in Behind the Bits and listen to it. And it's a really decent podcast, I think. I won awards and stuff. This week, golly, I've got Paul Farivar from Chicago. And he left a good job as an attorney to pursue comedy full time right when the pandemic started. But he's still doing it. And check him out. He's very funny. Check him out at paulfcomedy.com. And he's got a couple podcasts. He's got the Singles Only podcast, which has been going for quite a while. And then he's got a newer podcast called Make Us a Mixtape podcast. It's a music podcast, obviously. And both of those are doing quite well. He's a co-host on the mixtape one. So that is an excellent podcast. I've listened to that one. The Singles Only, I'm married, so it doesn't really work for me. But yeah, that's a really good podcast. And that's all the announcements I'm going to do until the middle of the show. I do have a big one, so stick around. Let's bring up our guest. Golly, let's bring up my notes so I remember who I have. So my first guest is a Los Angeles comic who we've seen on Jimmy Kimmel, the Plano Comedy Festival, Boston Comedy Festival, and New York Underground Festival. And I think we were on the same Plano together. It's Julie Weidman, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Julie, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Yes, good as could be expected considering everything. But, I think we're starting to see we're coming out the other side slowly.
Yeah. I think that's going to continue to get better. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's get everybody out here. Let's get my next guest. So my next guest ran for city council in South Bend, Indiana, where Pete Buttigieg is from. He was a former mayor, and as you know, he's in Biden's cabinet now. And he was on my old podcast called Michiana People Podcast. It's Alex Giorgio Rubin. How you doing?
Hi. Well, I could complain, and I do.
Yeah.
Anybody that'll listen.
We'll hear some of that tonight, right?
Yeah. Oh, certainly. That's my favorite hobby.
All right. Without further ado, let's bring out my next guest. This gentleman is a true entertainer. He's not just a comedian, he's an entertainer. It's Mr. Showtime David Scott. And guess what? He's got the Guinness World Record for longest comedy show by an individual at 40 hours and 8 minutes. That's nuts. It's Mr. Showtime David Scott. How you doing?
I'm good, my friend. How are you doing?
It's been too long.
It's been a while. Lots happened since last time we chatted.
Yeah. My rosacea still sucks, but a lot of good things have happened too. I got a different bottle of whiskey that I don't have to mix in order to choke it down. So, I'm stepping up.
Well, when you become an award-winning podcaster, you're allowed to spend $8.50 on a bottle of whiskey.
That's right. Hey, I went $10 on this baby.
Wow. All right. Did you use part of your stimulus check?
Yeah. Yeah, 20% of it. Yeah. My next guest is the creator of the popular Scene Snobs podcast network that has a plethora of great shows, one of which I was on, the Jeff Dwoskin show. I was on his show, and it's just a really cool network of a lot of great podcasts, talk about pop culture and stuff like that. Really excellent. It's Mick Manhattan. Mick, how you doing?
Scott, thank you so much for that introduction.
Yeah. Considering this is the first time we've talked live, it's pretty good, huh?
True.
Yeah.
Is Manhattan really your last name?
I'll never tell.
Okay.
Hey, we got people watching already. So PJ, very good question. What did we end up naming the chipmunk? I've been in work mode for too long. I'm going to take this offline and let you know because I named it your name. Yay. Thank you. Here to cheer on Alex. He's got a fan club in South Bend. Okay, April. I'm in Mishawaka, but I do go to South Bend sometimes, especially to Menards. And I would like you to be my fan too. But thank you for supporting Alex. And then PJ again. I can already tell this is going to be a great show. Of course, all my shows are great. Come on. So, first off, let's get to know you guys a little bit. Before I get into the questions, Julie, tell me about your comedy career, will you?
Oh, absolutely. I'd be delighted to do that, Scott. But first off, I think I'd like to change my last name from Julie Weidman to Julie Big Apple.
All right.
You got to go with someone else.
I see Manhattan's already taken, so
You missed out on. You should have been Julie Queens.
yeah, Julie Brooklyn. Actually, LIC was actually more accurate. One stop on 7 trains. I been doing altogether comedy for about 6 years, but I took a break in the middle to write something. And I was, before the first 3 years, I was pursuing acting pretty hardcore, so I wasn't. I've been back about 3 years, and I started running a show in Santa Barbara, which is about 45 minutes from LA, and having a lot of fun doing that. And I've just absolutely just fallen in love again with stand-up, and that's pretty much all I do all the time, and I love it. I'm,
Did you win something at Flappers? Were you in a contest or something?
I think I won an acting class or some comedy class at one point. No, I didn't win. I got into, I think, the semis of the Boston Comedy Festival, which was run out of Flappers.
Okay. Yeah, I saw something come around, and it's all. I'm 56, so you know.
Well, and it's all, we see so much stuff. So that was really fun. That was a great virtual festival. And that was an honor to, get to the semis. But that's it. I haven't won anything, but the will to live every day pretty much comes to me.
You've won my admiration.
Oh.
All right. Hey, Mick, tell me all about the scene snob stuff. Scene snobs. Scene snobs.
It's thescenesnobs.com. It's a channel I created of podcasts, live shows, pre-recorded, all different types. We started out in 2019. This is March will be my 10th year podcasting. And I still don't know anything about it, so it's fun. But yeah, we kind of go along. This year's been very good to us. We started out with about 6 shows, and now we're up to 19. People have been joining up, and it's been great. It's more about being a community and collaborating, and just putting on good content. So every day we have about 2 or 3 shows that are live or pre-recorded, shown broadcast live, I should say.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of content. Yeah,
it's been awesome, and we have a new show starting tonight at 9 p.m. and the Ear Hustling podcast is starting up with us, and then we have 3 more shows coming in throughout the month.
Excellent. Are you sad that you brought Dwoskin in yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Pretty good so far, but that TV, I don't know.
I think he's probably watching, so I had to put that in there. You can be on the show anytime you want, Jeff. Okay. Alex, just tell me what's going on.
So right now I am going to grad school and working on some Young Democrat stuff.
All right.
And at the moment I am sitting here with my dog who is farting nonstop, and so I'm breathing that in.
All right.
Other than that, I'm trying to get some writing done when I'm not bullying myself into not writing.
Are the glasses new?
They are new. Not that new, but newish.
Oh, new to the last time you were in my house, right?
I think I've gone through 3 pairs since
Yeah.
then.
It just seems like yesterday for me. Come on.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The funny thing is I've got all my Amazon pictures synced to my TV, and all my selfies I took with my guests pop up in the middle of my grandson. So it's like grandson, Alex, grandson, Alex, and it's pretty cool. It makes me remember, and it makes me sad because I was so much younger looking just 2 years ago.
You guys
Well-
hosted a show together?
I'm sorry?
Scott and Alex, you guys hosted a show together.
He was a guest on my show. I did a
Yeah.
local podcast for a few years, and I stopped doing that to do Behind the Bits.
I had more hair then, and I did not have the same body type as Winnie the Pooh like I do now.
Yeah.
Or as they call me, Winnie the Jew. So
I think it was your picture that came up when my wife was sitting beside me. She said, "You look so young there."
Oh, ouch.
Oh man. Oh, Mr. Showtime David Scott, one of the good friends I've made doing the podcast. What's up with you, man?
Clearly I'm pissing off QAnon supporters at an alarmingly fast rate. So, I like I said, it'll be what the people watching. Hey PJ, people watching, and April. I don't care if you like me or not. You've got enough fan base already. I'm kidding. I want April to like me. I just didn't want to be left. I didn't want to be left out. We talk about off air because before we go live, we have like a little chat. We all know each other and talk to each other. And I said off air that I think I'm the first person to be accused of harassment and cyberbullying all of QAnon. And they YouTube took down my video. I put a parody video up where, if anybody Manhattan would know this because he lives in Manhattan, a Broadway show called The Chorus Line. I took the show. I took the song One. I go, one singular sensation, every little breath she takes, and I changed it to Q, full of misinformation with every verse that he makes. And I did like this whole thing, and it was only online for about 6 days. Oh, thank you, April. So I was only online for 6 days, and I got an email about 4 o'clock in the morning last night because I was up, saying that I was given a warning for harassment and cyberbullying all of QAnon, which I thought was hysterical. So I put another video up this morning about Marjorie Taylor Greene, where I took CeeLo Green's song "Crazy" and changed it to "That Bitch Is Crazy." So that'll be taken down soon.
So since I shared your QAnon video, does that make me an accessory?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I actually currently have my YouTube channel analytics page up to see if anybody, while watching this stream, goes to my YouTube channel.
So you're just refreshing.
No, it automatically updates every 30 seconds. So who gets a PJ?
Right,
This
PJ.
guy.
Right.
This guy gets accused. This guy gets accused.
Well, if there's one thing I learned during the Capitol riots, it's that if we just put velvet ropes towards a cliff, I'm pretty sure they'll all walk towards it.
They had no problem storming the Capitol, but when they're in the rotunda, stay between the ropes, stay between the ropes. Storm the Capitol, but everybody stay in line.
Only trash Pelosi's office. Come on, be nice.
Oh, that's actually very funny. I actually saw that they're all walking like in between the velvet ropes, and I'm like going, boy, for a bunch of insurrectionists and traitors and seditionists, they sure seem to know how to walk in a straight line, orderly together. So.
Yeah.
So yeah,
oh,
this could be my last time allowed on the internet. If if my harassment and cyberbullying of all of you, I really wish I could post the email that I got from YouTube and the accusation that I was accused of cyberbullying, not just one person, but all of QAnon. It was very, and I also found out, and I don't mean to hijack the stream. I also found out that my videos on YouTube are being blocked in North Korea, Iran, Syria, and Cuba. So
Ah,
nobody in those 4 countries can see me, which explains why my views are so low.
yeah. And I mean, the QAnon video, first off, the end was so funny that I LOL'd and watched it a couple times, and of course shared it and said watch till the end. But I mean, you've got everything. You got air guitar videos, you got Evil Knievel videos,
Yeah.
you've got I mean, there's something for everyone at the youtube.com/Showtime Talks station. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, I'm a plethora of just nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
Me
so
too.
it's just funny. I did a whole video of my new character, the air guitar rock god, where I filmed myself for 6 weeks on the road, basically playing air guitar in a bunch of different cities.
Mm.
So that was fun.
You rock.
Thank
Hey,
you.
so I want to talk about some stuff, and I hope you guys are ready to talk. This question was one I had for last week, but I didn't get to talk about it, and I saw the commercial again that is the cause of this question, and I want to talk about it. So have you ever not bought or stopped buying a product or service because of such a terrible commercial?
Oh yeah.
Talk to me.
No, I actually go out of my way to buy the product. So
Okay.
I bought a sham wow just because the commercial was so bad.
Yeah.
Was that before or after
Clearly
he
after.
got in that fight?
Clearly after, because then it's
That
worth
made
some-
everybody want to buy a
because then
ShamWow.
it's worth some money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he clearly knows how to clean up.
I saw this commercial a while ago. Now I don't use this product, but I never would after I saw the commercial. It was for Weight Watchers. Not that I
Mhm.
don't need it. I just wouldn't personally go the Weight Watchers route. And the commercial was they were trying to do like a feminist thing, and it was 2 women, and it was one of them saying like, "Yeah, I support her even with all her crazy ideas." And I was like,
Oh.
yeah, I was like, I don't understand where you're like putting down I don't know for that. And then the other one that cracks me up is Bud Light had a commercial running for a while that said, "You're not just drinking beer, you're making friends." I don't drink anymore, but if I was still drinking, that wouldn't stop me. I would still be buying
Yeah.
beer. But I thought that commercial was like, oh, let's not kid ourselves. You're not just drinking beer, you're blacking out. Like,
Yeah.
There's only one thing I would never buy because of terrible commercials, and that's My Pillow. And it has,
Yeah. There you go.
I just don't trust it, and that's before the fact that he's a raging maniac. Before Trump even stepped into office, he became.
I'm late on that, but that was good.
Wait, you're saying you don't trust pillows made from ripped up memory foam and crack?
What are you talking about? You also stick a little Jesus in there also.
Yeah.
It's crack and Jesus.
It's ripped up memory foam, crack, and just a smidge of Jesus.
And how many times, like 9 lives he has? And it's like almost like 9 times.
PJ Keen, you're dead to me.
He's
Yeah.
like Garfield.
Come on, PJ. I mean, if you do, that's fine. Just don't say it. Don't type it.
And don't buy them anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, Target has their own brand. Everybody has their own brand of it. So you don't have to support. I don't even know his name.
My Pillow guy.
Yeah, the My Pillow
Well,
guy.
we
The
can't.
guy with
we
the
can't-
little bit of cross just outside his shirt on every commercial.
Carefully placed.
Yeah.
You can't mention his name because then we'll get Scott will get sued for $1.3 billion. So we got to be very careful not to mention his name. So
I mean, he's the Rob Ford of the pillow industry.
wow, that's insulting to Rob Ford. That's going hard.
At least Rob Ford was fun to listen to.
Yeah. Rob Ford certainly would be more fun to be around than the My Pillow guy.
Yeah.
Because Rob Ford
no
is still on crack. So I mean,
that was the most interesting thing about the My Pillow guy.
Then you're like, oh, not so bad once I heard all the crack stuff. And I started
have you had a hard night of smoking crack and just don't know where to lay your head? Try My Pillow.
Do you think the ShamWow guy and the My Pillow guy ever crossed paths buying crack in a Kmart parking lot?
I don't think so because I think the ShamWow guy is Jewish, and I'm just assuming that the My Pillow guy doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that Jewish people don't shop at Target. So.
Oh no, we do. I just think that that maybe the My Pillow guy Jews probably doesn't do Jews.
Yeah.
Shop at Target. Where do you think they got their space lasers?
Oh yeah.
Well, I converted 2 years ago, and I still haven't gotten the fucking codes.
Yeah.
So I'm beginning to think that I may have been scammed.
Oh, you absolutely were scammed because I'm half Jewish and I've got the first 3 letters of the code. So.
See, I haven't gotten anything, and I would love to take advantage of our lasers.
Yeah.
The Jewish Death Star is really fantastic. It's made out of matzo ball, and what they've done is that they've made a really big one, and they just put it up there.
Oh man, Alex, is there any commercials you've seen that just turned you totally off a product?
Well, so I've stopped buying mini products for political reasons because I'm a bleeding heart liberal. But Zyzal, I have never bought because I find that CGI owl gross and disturbing. I think birds are gross anyway. They're like the most gross animal of all, and it's like they're going for a realistic owl, but also a cartoon owl, and I'm not comfortable with the meeting of the two. And it's something about that fucking owl rubs me the wrong way, and I have never bought Zyzal, and I never will.
How do you feel about the owl that tries to get how many licks to the middle of a Tootsie Pop? Are you okay with that owl?
Yeah, because that's a total cartoon owl.
And he was really smart.
No, he was smart. He had answers, and they went all the way cartoon with that. It's like the realistic feathers with the cartoon eyes that bothers me.
Yeah, and unfortunately I do have to take Zyzal because that's the only thing that works for me, and that owl is kind of creepy. Yeah,
freaks me out. The turkey from the. I don't know which anti-smoking medication it is, but there's a turkey because like you quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
Just with the CGI birds, I can't.
Yeah. So the reason I brought this up. What was that, David?
Do not watch Jurassic Park. The CGI pterodactyl will give you nightmares.
They're okay because they don't have feathers in Jurassic Park.
So it's a feather thing.
Yeah, it's like. And they're not cartoony in Jurassic Park. I just want people to make a creative choice one way or the other, and not you can't have it both ways, realistic and cartoony.
How do you feel about goose down pillows? Because I want to know if this is a feather thing or if this is a cartoony thing.
I don't do down pillows for animal rights reasons because again, I'm a bleeding heart liberal.
Okay, so you're a feather hating. Cartoon realist vegan.
Well, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. But, I don't like feathers, but I will fight for their rights.
Oh man! That's so I I have to say the reason that I brought this up is because I've got a huge dislike for any commercial that involves dancing when dancing isn't appropriate. And I'm talking insurance, butter, furniture, anywhere that dancing is not appropriate. And one has come about that has both dancing and something else that pisses me off. A guy that does this. It's that goalie, what is it? Apple cider vinegar, chew, the gummy thing. So it starts out totally normal. Hey, I'm doing goalie and everything's great. And 3 people do it. And then all of a sudden a guy says, yeah, goalie. And he walks by some people dishing out cake at work. And he's like, no thanks. And then he does a little dance and it comes back to the first girl that talked and she's dancing because she's taking goalie. And I'm not going to get any goalie. It's not for me. Dancing is fine. I like to dance, and there's a lot of dancing in my life when I can go to actual rock clubs, but I don't think of dancing when I'm buying insurance or avocados or Pepsi or anything like that.
Something tells me you've never bought a Mentos either.
Oh man. Yeah, correct. Those are some bad commercials.
Is it, you mean Goji? Is it Goji?
Yeah, I think it's Goji. I don't know. I'm not going to buy it, so I'm not going to really go into. No, it's goalie. It's goalie, isn't it?
I love that you said there's a lot of dancing in my life.
Yeah.
That's my favorite sentence so far of the show. There's a lot of dancing in my life. I think a lot of people would not openly admit that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My shorty and I, we dance a lot when we go out, but we don't go out too much.
Did you just say my shorty?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right now, and just realize you're a middle-aged white guy. I just want you to do that. All right, my shorty.
David, okay, I want you to know you've never seen me do stand-up, but that's part of my shtick, and it brings the young people in. So hire me as a feature, and you'll see how it works.
Now,
because I got Shorty, Bay, and Boo all in the chamber. They're all ready to go.
You got them locked and loaded.
Yeah.
So young people 10 years ago.
Alex, that's part of it because young people remember 10 years ago and they remember what they used to say. So I act like I'm being cool, but on the other hand, I'm not really being cool. It's like talk to the hand. So that's 30 years ago and still I do it.
How do you feel about the J.G. Wentworth opera commercials? Those are my favorite.
I was going to say, I actually like those. That was, I mean, remember the old J.G. Wentworth commercials?
No.
We're going to get you a structured settlement, you son of a bitch. You know, that's pretty much what it was. It was a guy that looked like me, and I'm going to get you a settlement. Ah! And
I can tell you the one commercial that I've seen. I actually don't have television. I just stream everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the one commercial I've seen that I will never buy the product is "We Are Farmers." Bum, 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 bum. I mean, I've got no problem with the actor; he's great.
Yeah.
But that jingle alone makes me not want to have anything to do with them.
Yeah.
Wait. What about 1-800 cash for cars?
Oh my God! Never seen that.
I feel like there could be like seriously a Manson like mass murder to that.
I thought that whole thing. I thought that whole thing was a scam. I thought that was like a big giant scam.
Instead of Helter Skelter on the wall, you write the number for the
Great. Then Justin Bieber
in motor oil, not blood.
People.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So all of Justin Bieber's fans will go out and kill people.
Yeah.
And they'll do like auto shops. They just knock out like a bunch of mechanics.
Yeah, no doubt. And just take rims. Just take rims and tires and stuff.
I don't even know what that is.
Next subject. Okay, they're going to make a Three Stooges movie. I hope you all know who the Three Stooges are, because if you don't, I'm just going to leave. They're going to make a Three Stooges movie. Which Stooge would you play and why? And before you answer, all Stooges are eligible. We're talking Curly Joe, Joe, Shemp, all of them are eligible. Who would you be and why?
Shemp. 100%.
Thank you.
Big, dumb, and dopey. Shemp.
Mm-hmm.
That's my reasons. I'm big, dumb, and dopey.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming clean on that.
I think in real life, I most like Mo. But I would want to be Emil Sitka. The guy that's always there. The guy that he runs the drugstore and the one with the bubble gum and the gorilla. He says in the famous, the Shemp one, the brideless groom, hold hands, you love birds. He's the preacher. He's in all of them, but he's like a background guy. And at some point they were going to I think replace Larry Fine with him, and then it all fell apart. So I would say him because he's in everything. And I would also like to say I enjoyed the last Three Stooges movie. I thought it was funny, and I thought everybody in it was wonderful.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And way to go deep, Alex. Way to really get into the subject, and almost like I sent it to you ahead of time. But yeah,
someone did a little research on that question. He's like, I'm gonna get that question. I'm gonna watch some old Three Stooges episodes on YouTube.
No, that was actually the first thing that came to mind.
Meanwhile, my research consists.
How did you lose that election? You are just a plethora of information.
Well,
and
so
I can't even imagine what that debate was for city council. Alex, for you, how do you feel about the new tax appropriation school bond measure 47? Well, I'll tell you something, Jill. I believe that if you are going to go deep into the weeds, we've got to ban feathers. And I'll tell you something, Emil of the Three Stooges wasn't given the credit he deserved.
He was not.
He wasn't even technically a Three Stooge.
When I was a child, I always paid attention to the credits. And then it just so happened that my uncle went to a Seder, and Emil Sitka was there in like the last years of his life.
Wow.
But I already knew who he was probably at 6 or 7 years old. Just because I recognized him from so many of the shorts.
Well, good job, Alex. And speaking of research, my research consists of when Mr. Showtime David Scott comes on the screen, who are you? Are you a comedian or something? Because that's what the podcast is about. You want to talk?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
What stooge would you be, David?
Gummo. No, I'm sorry. I just don't see if anybody.
Son of a bitch.
If anybody's paying attention.
We don't need him anymore. Okay. That's a very short time out. They get longer.
I would probably be Larry because I wouldn't have to have a wig because I've got the hair already. So,
he was the most even keeled of all the Stooges.
He was also the one in the middle. If you watch the episode, he was always in the middle. So he actually got abused more than anybody else in the Three Stooges because Mo would hit Larry, Larry would hit Curly, Curly would hit Larry again, and it would just go. So he was always in the middle. And I thought that was. I also thought when I was watching, I always thought he was the funniest of all of them. His facial expressions were always really good. So I thought. I mean, Mo always seemed angry when I watched those. I mean, when I was a kid, obviously watching the shows, they had already passed away when I started. I found them like in the 77, 78 when I was 7, 8 years old. And Mo always just came across as like really pissed. And as a young kid, I was like, why is he so angry at literally everything? Mo was angry at everything. Larry seemed to be the optimist of the group, and Curly, because I didn't see much of Shemp or Curly Joe, and Curly just seemed to be the big, doofus, sort of like kind of guy. So I just kind of like gravitated towards Larry, and I did like his hair. So he had like an Art Garfunkel, you know,
Very Art
fro,
Garfunkel.
man fro with like no hair on top.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love Shemp so much, because he had Mo's face, but he seemed a lot happier and nicer.
That's true.
Well, you know, he kind of scowled. He had a kind of a bulldog look, and but I liked him better than Curly. So when he stepped out and Curly stepped in, I wasn't happy about that. Not that I was there when it happened. I'm not that old, but when I was watching the stuff on TV, and I always liked the Shemp better. What about you, Julie? What stooge? What stooge would you be?
Might get me banned. I think this might get me.
So you'd be Iggy?
I was so angry because he was on that show. No, I hate to tell you, I do not like the Three Stooges.
Oh man!
I didn't. I'm sorry. Wah, 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 all the poking in the eye.
Right.
Alex,
hey, that's your timeout.
If I'd be anyone, I'd be more pro. Oh no, Dennis Fields. I'm sorry, I just don't. I'd probably go with Mo, because you get to smack everyone around that you're on the show with.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Alex, you'll know this. I'm sorry?
Oh, I was going to say, I'm not trying to generalize it, but I've never met a woman who likes the Three Stooges.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of the Three. I was always a Marx Brothers fan. I grew up like the Marx Brothers.
Yeah.
So Three Stooges, I was never a big Three. But Alex, you'll know this because you're a politician. Aren't Mo and Shemp, aren't they related?
Mo, Curly, and Shemp are related, and it was originally Mo, Larry, and Shemp. Shemp left. Curly came in. Curly had a stroke. Curly left. Shemp came in. Shemp died.
And then Curly Joe.
And no, then Joe DeRita.
Joe DeRita, that's the one. Yeah.
Joe DeRita was there for like a second.
I gotcha.
He's also in the W.C. Fields movie, The Bank Dick.
Shemp had the biggest career outside of the Stooges. He was in movies.
Yeah.
That's why, Alex, you would go with it. You were like, I like his.
Way to deep dive, Alex. Way to deep dive. Okay, so I've got Dean Martin pacing, but before I do that, I'm going to have a special announcement, and I'm going to make myself big for a second here. So things are changing at the old BTB Internet Talk Show. As of the 18th of this month, I will be exclusive to the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling Twitch channel for the live show. So that means the live show is only going to be on Twitch. I am going to put out a taped version of the show whenever I feel like it after the show. But I'm going to be on Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. So go ahead and follow them now so you can see the next show on the 18th. But follow them now because they've got a lot of great shows already. They've got great comics like John Poveromo. They just had the world's longest comedy fundraiser and had just so many people, I can't even name them all. But that's the station I'm going to be on, and then the replays will be probably the following Monday because I don't do a lot of work on the weekend. And then also my interviews, instead of doing the rapid round, I am going to do full interviews exclusively on Twitch. And so if you want to watch it live on Twitch or for 14 days afterwards, you can watch my full interviews with the comedian of the week and then listen on the podcast as well. But that's the only place it's going to be. No Facebook, no Twitter. I'm going to stream it to YouTube, but I'm going to make it private. So, and I'm not going to re-release any of that stuff. So if you want to watch it and you like video, you got to watch it on YouTube. So that's the changes that are coming up. So if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, that's going to go away. And I'm excited because I'm on a network with some great people and just totally stoked about it. And let's make myself not big again because I don't like that. So that's what's going on. And my favorite part of the evening is when I get to go pee, and my buddy, my boarder is going to come up. Hey everybody, it's time for Ask Dean Anything. It's me, Dean Martin. Everybody loves somebody sometime, except for QAnon. And hey, it's me, Dean. They say I died in 95. It's not true. I was cryogenically frozen, and I just recently got unthawed, and it turns out I have no money, so I'm staying with Scott. And guess what? He's got no meat in the house. He's like, Alex, there's just no meat, nothing but veggies all over the place, and I'm sick of it. But this is your time to talk to one of the finest people in entertainment, part of the Rat Pack, and ask any question that you want. So just fire away. It's me, Dean Martin. I'm drinking.
I got 4 questions for you.
Jesus Christ. Okay, one at a time.
Hey, I came prepared. I'm Alex in this situation. I came prepared. 1, who is a bigger drinker? You know, who could drink under the table more? You or John Wayne?
Oh, for sure, John Wayne. I didn't really drink, at least not that much. Here's a spoiler for you: apple juice most of the time. There's not a whole lot of booze there. I just acted drunk.
On stage, he drank apple juice. When the show was over, he drank.
Yeah, me and
But
Foster.
he always went on having had. Remember they used to call it, didn't he always go on having had? That's what they used to call it. Like, you go on after with a couple drinks before you get hit.
I'm sorry, Julie. What do you mean he? It's me, Dean Martin.
Oh, sorry. You.
Talking about me in the third person, kind of bad.
Sorry. Don't get mad, get even. So you don't go on having had?
So I was an early adopter of crack, and it wasn't packaged the same way. It was actually in a nice cigarette with a filter, and that's what I did before I got on stage. But yeah, not a whole lot of drinking. And John Wayne, I really don't know how much he drank, but hell, Sammy Davis Jr., that guy that was big as my pinky, he could drink me under the table.
So with the crack, did you have problems getting a good night's sleep?
Of course.
Because there is a pillow that you might be interested in.
It's at Target.
I hear that pillow's good for smothering.
What's your greatest cinematic achievement? Cannonball Run or Cannonball Run 2?
Well, first off, fuck you, and second off, Matt Helm. But Cannonball Run was pretty fun. Me and Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise, we crashed a Howard Johnson's. Just total. You know, Keith Moon used to trash hotel rooms. We made Keith Moon look like Pete Townsend. I mean, it was totally nuts. I mean, they had to totally rebuild the Howard Johnsons when we were done with it. So that was a good time. Probably not my greatest acting achievement, but you know, Dom DeLuise is just a nut. Much funnier than Jerry Lewis.
So you're saying Adrienne Barbeau or Catherine Bach?
Oh yeah, most deaf.
Speaking of,
did you hear that? Most deaf. I pronounce the T because I'm Dean Martin, but I'm cool. So I said deaf because I'm watching Scott's TV.
If you had to mouth kiss one of the members of the Rat Pack, who would it be?
Oh boy.
I mean, a good kiss. Good kiss.
Peter Lawford was a good-looking guy. I can't say that. Yeah, I mean, Sammy and I got along really well. Frank, no way. I mean, Frank was just he was so aggressive. But Peter Lawford was there, and just had a nice face. So I think I'd go for that.
What is a definition of a mouth kiss? Because aren't all kisses mouth kisses?
Nope.
Well, a mouth is involved.
Well, kiss, you can kiss other things.
I know, but there's a mouth involved.
Yeah, so a mouth.
Well, it
kiss,
could be a
so like-
mouth to something else. It could be kissing someone's ass, which wouldn't be a mouth kiss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's
Or
kissing.
two mouths.
Okay, so it's a two mouth kiss.
Oh, I'm
Mouth-
sorry,
aren't
David.
all
I would
kisses-
say a two mouth kiss, my lord.
No, I just never heard the phrase mouth kiss before. I wasn't
Oh.
quite sure. It's like if you were gonna mouth kiss somebody, I'm like, I've never heard that before. I was
assume someone's kissing if they say they're mouth kissing. You wouldn't be kissing someone's ass.
I get
Even
the I get the picture of tongue in there when you mouth
Yeah.
kiss.
Oh, definitely
You
tongue.
do know that Shirley MacLaine was a member of the Rat Pack, right, Dean? You remember that?
I do. I do.
Okay, because
And,
she kind of went all straight gay on us there.
Yeah.
Because Shirley MacLaine was in Ocean's 11. Remember, she was in that
Yes.
scene.
But there's a lot of paranormal
with you.
baggage.
By the way, Dean, she was in her scene with you.
First of all, her best movie was with Jack Lemmon, Irma la Douce, a little musical number. Excellent movie. And second off, rephrase that question, Julie. Ask me which of the Rat Pack I would blow.
Hey Dean, if you were gonna mouth blow any member of the Rat Pack,
still Peter Lawford.
well, because
dinner.
Yeah, well, he was part of the Kennedy family, so you want to get in with the Kennedys.
I mean, I'm sorry, but he's less like of this paranormal baggage that Alex mentioned, and I'm sorry, kind of gives Shirley MacLaine a run for her money for looks wise. Peter Lawford was beautiful.
Yeah,
Seriously, with Shirley MacLaine, you risk the chance of being possessed by something.
Yeah.
A spirit,
I would prefer a mouth kiss from a possessed Shirley MacLaine than a drunk Kennedy. I'm just going to say it.
Listen, I think the most important question, considering those are the best, is which Rat Packer would Scott blow? Only
exactly.
I don't know about Scott. He
Joey Bishop, isn't it?
It's got to be Joey. It's got to be. Read his book. I was a mouse in the Rat Pack.
Yeah, I feel like Scott. As this is Dean Martin talking. I feel as Scott, he's just more of a cuck. He just doesn't. He likes to watch more than he likes to participate. So yeah, I don't see him really getting into that. So. But that's just me. I'm here eating his fucking green peppers and quinoa. Okay, so. And he's giving me a room, which is his son's old room, and a fucking full-size bed, and the mattress is like 15 years old. Okay.
What's rent? Do you have to watch the remake of Ocean's 11 every month? Or?
No, I have to wait around to be on this stupid show. And second, the dishwasher doesn't work very well, so I have to clean the dishes when they come out. That's
now,
it.
You're old school, so you're talking about his wife, or are you talking about an actual dishwasher?
If you're gonna hand wash dishes with any member of the Rat Pack, which would it be?
Joey Bishop, because he had huge hands. I could throw him a full-size plate and he'd just catch it. So I'd go with Joey Bishop for sure.
This is great.
And Peter Lawford in an apron and nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch. Come on, shoot some more questions.
Now,
that was a good one, Julie. That was a good one. We
mentioned the Kennedys. Is it true that Jerry Lewis was stuffing Marilyn Monroe? Because he says he knows for a fact that she did not sleep with JFK because she was too busy sleeping with him.
Well, that's an absolute lie. Everything Jerry Lewis says is pretty much a lie. Just
Jerry Lewis throwing his voice.
He
Yeah,
claims that he was
and-
crippled
and-
for a month after sleeping with Marilyn Monroe.
as soon as Jerry Lewis opens his mouth, just assume that 90% that comes out of it is all bullshit.
Yeah, but
Just
does it mean the
start
kids-
there,
You need to
and then
know.
you'll be fine. I'm
I
sorry.
gave a lot of money to the kids. Are they sick?
He charged $1 million for every one of those telethons to himself.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis was a bit of a dirtbag.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Still,
Dean,
Absolutely.
every single day I think of as a potential day that someone will leak the day the clown cried. Every morning I wake up and I think, is today going to be the day I see the day the clown cried? And every day I'm disappointed.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wasn't talking to Jerry too much at the end there, in case you don't know, but did he say that Marilyn Monroe was the one that fucked up his back? Because I know that's not true.
I don't. All I know is he said he was crippled for a week after sleeping with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drama.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I don't believe it.
And that he hated women.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis hates women. I've never seen. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that the French made him like their second god, because he's just a ridiculously horrible human being.
Who
And I
was
was
the first French god?
Jesus.
It was a mime, wasn't it?
Marcel Marceau.
Yeah, Marcel. Yeah,
That makes
I was
sense.
I was saying Clouseau. I was thinking
Yeah,
Peter
so-
Sellers.
Yeah.
Peter Sellers is in French.
But the French love it.
Jerry
That's
Lewis.
a bad, you want to know what a bad movie is, and I love the actors. Steve Martin's remake of the Pink Panther may be one of the top 3 worst movies ever made.
Yeah, it's bad.
You want to talk about take a great comedic act like Steve Martin, and he remakes the Pink Panther. Just, I don't know why I have to say that right now, but I have to make mention that it's out there in the ether that Steve Martin's remake of the Pink Panther, one of the worst 3 movies ever made in the history of mankind.
Well, what
Worse
are the
than-
other two?
Well, it's worse than Battlefield Earth with John Travolta and Titanic.
Is it worse than Cats?
Yeah.
God, no.
Okay, because Cats.
I'll watch Cats literally every day for the rest of my life. Then watch
Enjoy.
Steve Martin's Pink Panther remake.
I was I've never felt angry about a movie, and I feel bad calling it a movie because I don't know what the fuck it was, but I feel insulted that somebody thought that I should pay money to watch that, and
Okay,
that
that was your first
worthy
mistake.
of my attention for 2 hours. I felt insulted that someone as talented as Jennifer Hudson was forced to scream the song Memory at me, and that Dame Judi Dench was
Dame, come on.
That's elder abuse. Someone should be in jail.
Yeah.
Well, I just think what happened. I just think what happens is that they walk to the Judi Dench. They go, "We've got a check. It says $10 million on it," and she's like, "Thank you." And I'll be.
I don't think any of them knew what they were doing. I think it was
there's
all.
No.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
They were all wearing those green bodysuits, and which, by the way, why have we not seen any of behind the scenes of the filming of Cats?
There is. No, there's footage, and they're wearing like cat ears and stuff still.
Are they
But
wearing the
I
bodies? Are they wearing the green bodysuits, like all the
Some.
dots?
It's like partial bodysuit, partial costume, partial set. So like the tables they're jumping off of are real tables.
Right.
So I just
Well,
think they had no idea what was going on. And then this piece of shit comes out. And like we walked out of the theater and my husband said, I can't even talk about it. I'm so upset I can't even talk about it.
I played Rum Tum Tugger in college, and I shit you not, I've got a degree in theater, Cats. I actually have one of my degrees is in theater. And I played Rum Tum Tugger, and so I saw the movie and I'm like, wow, they fucked up that song pretty horribly, because that's a show-stopping number. And I'm like, boy, they turned that. If you see the actual musical on Broadway, the Rum Tum Tugger is it's a showstopper. It is like people just like, "Wah!" And I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it just for that because I got a connection to it. And I watched, I go, boy, they turned that amazing performance into like not even an afterthought. It's like going, let's just mention there's Rum Tum Tugger and fuck him and let's move on.
Well, I enjoy bad movies, and I saw the trailer and I thought this is going to be bad. That's why I saw it. I wasn't expecting a genocide.
Good bad. Like there's something about a good bad movie.
Right.
That was just
okay. Hey, it's me, Dean Martin. I gotta jump in here. So, Return of the Pink Panther and Cats, are they worse than Star Wars?
No, Star Wars is a classic, one of the greatest movies ever made.
Thank you. Great segue, because Scott is in a new podcast coming up called "Do I Hate Star Wars?" Because Scott has hated Star Wars all his life, and he's rewatching that shit or watching that stuff all anew because I only watched the first one, and he's reporting into a guy who actually loves Star Wars, and that'll be coming out soon. So check out Do I Hate Star Wars on all the medias, on all the social stuff, all the stuff you kids do. And guess what, guys? I'm really tired. I'm Dean Martin, and I'm like 106, and so I'm gonna go. Scott has peed and he's back. I'm gonna go, and we're gonna get it into a little thing that Scott likes to call rosacea check. How red am I? I am about a 7 tonight. Last time I was a 6, and tonight I'm a 7 because I'm drinking a little bit more whiskey than normal. So the rosacea is just jumping out there and saying, hi, how you guys doing? Was Dean okay? Was Dean all right? Because he's been grumpy today.
He was a little bit of a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
He seemed fine and dandy.
Dave is fine. He was
excellent. Okay, well, let's jump into the part of the show that you guys get to talk about stuff. It's a part of the show that I like to call "I Can't Find the Slide Again." Not that one. That one. Mind. Hey guys, what's on your mind? Let's start with Alex. What's on your mind tonight, Alex? It's me, Scott. Dean went back to bed.
What's on my mind? I've taken to acquiring VHS tapes.
You have a player?
I do. I have a VHS player, but I have been acquiring tapes still in their original packaging.
Oh. So they're mint.
Yeah. I collect a lot of things. And I have a room that is going to become my museum room, a lot of pop culture memorabilia. And they will go in there as soon as we moved into this house 2 years ago. Everything is still in boxes. The room needs work, but they will eventually go in there. But that's what I've been doing the past couple weeks.
So can I ask, when you talk about pop culture memorabilia, in addition to the VHS tapes, boy, I drank a little too much tonight. In addition to those tapes, those goddamn tapes, what else do you have?
I've been collecting Wizard of Oz stuff since I was 3 or 4.
Of course,
a lot of Wizard of Oz stuff, lots of Disney stuff, lots of posters. Original artwork from the animation from 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of autographs. Just a lot of stuff.
Cool. So I've got a hand-drawn picture of Dean Martin up because some guy drew it and I bought it. So that's what I got. And a doughboy, and I got a bobblehead. Did you see the bobblehead? That's not really pop culture because I'm about as famous as Mr. Showtime David Scott, cousin Ernie.
I've currently got my eye on an Anna Nicole Smith bobblehead that occasionally pops up on eBay.
Oh.
Yeah. She was a big influence on me as a teenager.
The Naked Gun movies?
No, the Anna Nicole Smith show.
Oh, okay.
And I wrote something earlier this week on social media that if I was the type of person who got tattoos, I would have an Anna Nicole Smith tattoo. And that's why I'm not the type of person who gets tattoos, because I would currently have an Anna Nicole Smith tattoo.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Mr. Showtime David Scott, what's on your mind?
Am I the only one that has the rosacea check picture on my screen? Because I can't see the rest of you. All I see is Scott's red glaring face.
It's still there?
Yeah,
for
it's
you?
still there. Yeah, it's still there for me. I've been trying not to stare at it for the last 5 minutes.
Okay, let me put it up and take it back down. How about now?
Well, yeah, there you guys are. I thought that was a big joke. I thought you were just leaving that up there as the biggest possible joke.
That's just you, buddy.
That's
what do you got? A Mac or something?
I wish I had a Mac. Big announcement. The marvelous Mrs. Maisel is now casting. So if anybody wants to be on that show, check out backstage.com to audition. Just
it's a damn good show.
Just throwing it out for anybody out there who happens to be, I know, in and around the Manhattan area, who might want to be a performer on that show. If you happen to be around the lower part of Manhattan, maybe around 57. I'm not sure exactly where they're casting, but backstage.com. Wow, what was the question? I'm sorry, I was looking at your.
So wait, are you saying that if you're around the lower part of Manhattan, you will get cast in Mrs. Maisel?
I believe they're looking for people just to be walking in the background. So yes.
I'm only interested if I can play Mrs.
So what I'm asking is who's going to blow Mick, because that's the lower part of Manhattan. Yeah.
Only Peter Lawford.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Scott. What was your question you asked me?
What's on your mind, Mr. Showtime David Scott, my best friend in podcasting?
What's on my mind? Well, let's see. Going to my YouTube channel, exactly 0 people since we have been broadcasting have gone to my YouTube channel, so that's on my mind. What's on my mind? If you're around the Chicago area this weekend, this Saturday, I'll be at the Micah Theater in Frankfort, Illinois, CD and Me, doing 2 shows. That's on my mind. I've got I'm staring at a wall full of bobbleheads. I collect bobbleheads. So when Alex, let me see if I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. If you go above my head.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a big fan of Kiss. That's all my Kiss stuff. And then up there is Triumph the Comic Dog. Ghostbusters stuff is over there. And
I see Opus.
And then way there, that's my autograph of guy who does the voice of Space Ghost.
Oh.
And I'm going to try to do this. This may not work. I may lose power. But if you go way over there, this is what I'm looking at. All my Joker bobbleheads, Beetlejuice bobbleheads, and Batman bobbleheads.
Nice.
So yeah. And
was that a Pee Wee Herman up there above you?
No, that it's a show. It's a TV show called Archer. It's a cartoon called Archer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
H. John Benjamin does it. Does the voice of it. So that's that. And that artwork right there, it's my daughter. My daughter's an artist. She goes to performs at anime shows and anime conventions, and she does caricatures. So
cool.
I don't have a lot on my mind. I'm just I'm doing a thing called Save Our Stages. A lot of people encourage people to first to wear masks, not to get serious, but to save our stages. First, we ask people to wear masks. so we could get on stage again. And now we're asking people to, if you can, get vaccinated, and when you're go to the website, at least sign up so you can get on the waiting list to get vaccinated, because I know all of us were performers in one sense of the word or the other. So hashtag save our stages so we can get back out there and do the thing that we love the most. Let's make people laugh.
Mhm.
So,
And I'd just like to say I like you.
I like you too, Scott.
Mick, what's on your mind?
Not much. Not much at all. I'm kind of
Okay, thanks. Julie, what's on your mind? Oh.
Are we really
Mick, in case you don't know, I don't fuck around on my show. Hi, how you doing?
Really not much, man. It's just been a busy time. I'm getting into this whole network thing, so it's keeping me busy.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job of it. Check out scenesnobs.com and look at all the shows that they have. You know, I've only been on one so far, but I'm sure I'll get invited to others. And they do good stuff. It's not what you would picture from people getting together and talking about pulp culture, because it is actually intelligent people versus people who are just shooting the shit. I hate podcasts where people just shoot the shit. You get down, you have subjects, you talk about them, and that I like that. That's what I like. So you guys do a good job of it.
Appreciate that.
Julie, hey, it's me, Scott. Dean went to bed. What's on your mind?
I'm excited. After this is over, I bought a portable projector, and so I've been playing movies everywhere, which I fucking love. I'm going to watch again The Late Show. Did you guys ever see that with Art Carney and Lily Tomlin?
No.
The Robert Altman film. Ooh, it's a good one.
Very good. Excellent movie.
Kind of his venture into film noir. It's his homage to film noir. It's a great movie. And then this weekend, I'm excited to be on Comedy Roadshow on Sunday. It's a free show. You just have to sign up through Eventbrite. Every Wednesday, I'm on a group called The Panel, Woman Up. We stream it on Facebook Live with we do current events, group of super funny women. If you follow me on any of the socials at Julie Weidman, or go to my website, you can find out all the information. I'm doing a lot of shows, and I'll have some announcements coming up by the end of the month of some things going on, but just keep them busy, and yeah.
Julie, I'm going to say this right now. You should try to jump on and get mouthkiss.com, because I don't know where the bit is, but there's a bit there for you.
Yeah, there is.
It's so funny. I don't know why I'm just so excited about learning what a mouth kiss is. I was today's day old when I heard the phrase mouth kiss, and it's just I want that to become something. I just do something with that.
Oh, that's great.
Mouthkiss.com. Do not do it.
Does somebody own it already?
No, I'm just kidding. Go to lemonparty.com.
What did David Scott say? I froze up.
Yeah, you froze up while I was talking about saying that you had to whatever you do, as soon as this is over, go to GoDaddy.com and register the website domain mouthkiss.com, because I believe there is something there. I don't know what, but there's something there.
All right, David Scott. Man, the legend. People say mouth kiss. I'm sorry you've never heard that.
I know. Don't be sorry. I'm thrilled.
Say that. My apologies to you.
No, don't be sorry. I mean, I was telling you, when you were frozen up. When you were frozen, I was saying I was so excited that I learned something. I was today's day old when I learned the phrase mouth kiss, and it's very. And if I learn something new every day, the day is not wasted.
Wait until you find out what an
bravo. You really mansplained a mouth kiss, though. I appreciate it.
I got no idea what it is. I got no idea.
Mouth kiss, and you just learned what a mouth kiss is.
incredible.
Yeah, it didn't stick like
Just
a Peter Lawford kiss. See, I don't think. I love that you answered that, Scott Curtis, Dean Martin, with all your heart and soul. I appreciated that.
You know what? I have to say that since the beginning of this show, my improv skills have increased by 100%. And I really enjoy doing this because I don't know what you're going to ask, because folks watching, guess what? They don't ask me the questions ahead of time. So it's just me. It's just me being me. No, it's Dean being Dean, improving. And my rosacea just went up to an 8. Anywho, on my mind, I'm really excited about getting on the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling Network on Twitch. I'm going to take a break on the 11th, so I'm going to take that week off. But on the 18th, if you want to watch this show live, and gosh, I know you want to do, it's Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. And then if you want to watch my interviews, follow the Behind the Bits Facebook page and Twitter page and all that stuff. And I'll tell you when I'm doing an interview, and then you can head over to Behind the Bits on Twitch and watch that interview. And it's going to be okay, because Twitch is one of those things. It's one of those social media platforms that people do stuff. It used to be gaming, and now it's talk shows and stuff. So I'm going to do that thing. So I'm excited about that. You know, I'm really excited about doing this show. I've met so many good people. I've got to reconnect with people like Alex that I haven't talked to for a couple of years. And you know, if I wasn't paying attention, I wouldn't know Mick. If I hadn't reached out to David, I wouldn't have had him on the podcast and become, you know, just kind of a fan and kind of a friend to David. So, you know, that's the thing that this whole pandemic, you know, that's the only good thing that I can see that came out of it, was the fact that I got to connect with some people that I normally wouldn't have connected with. So that's what's on my mind.
Well, I'm glad you did this podcast, man. You know, it's given people a chance to, you know, kind of like have a little bit of fun, you know, you just enjoy each other and just joke around. Because this is what I've missed the most about being on the road. Is that you get a bunch of comics together, and you're backstage or you're in the green room, and you're just having fun. You're just joking around. You're shooting the shit. You're busting balls. It's that you miss it. You miss it. I mean, you and I have talked about the Rat Pack, and what I love about the Rat Pack, and I know what you love about the Rat Pack, is that when Frank would be on stage, Sammy and Dean would be on the microphone off stage making fun of Frank. And they would always just be like messing with each other. And the thing about the pandemic is that I've missed the camaraderie of just like being in a room with like-minded people who are just like, we're trying to be funny. We're riffing off each other. It's great that you brought something like that to the internet, man. So I personally thank you. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. And that's really what I was looking for, because I'd done some Zoom comedy and stuff like that, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So that's why I came up with this. And, you know, it gives you guys a chance to have a voice and get your stuff out there, and yet we get to have a lot of fun too. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in to the last stream that's going to be on all the socials. If you don't know what Twitch is, it's time to get acquainted, and follow Behind the Bits, all one word, and follow Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling, and that's N Storytelling on Twitch, in order to see my show and all the other great shows. If you get off right now, if you stop watching right now, there is a show called Dystopia Tonight with my very good friend John Poveromo. If you want to check that out, that's over on Twitch right now. If you get into that, I'm going to pop in real quick, and you do a comment. Maybe I will gift you a little subscription or something. So just pop in there and see what it's all about. And it's really cool. So thank you for being on the show tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Check out Twitch, because that's what the thing is now. And I will see you on the 18th. Have a great day.